Welcome everyone to Detached episode 5. Oh my days, I am just not in it, man. Ugh. Subscribe, like, comment down below. I think we are back. I'm not sure who to call. We're not calling anyone in. The underground? We can go the underground. Um, Spend time with Sam, who's looks like our mom, who is not our mom. For some reason she just looks like her. When I'm not entirely sure how the organization works, I'm reasonably certain I know who does what and when around these parts. But that's up in the air when I see Sam sitting at Madison's desk. Okay. Oh well, I'm nothing if not resourceful. I suck in the lament of not being graced by an angel by settling and immediately marching forward to instead disrupt the woman in front of me. Yep, that's Daine, alright. Sam, greeting me with a level of enthusiasm that makes my previous hesitation seem almost silly, hops out of her seat and slides over her desk to me as though I were some old friend that she hasn't seen for years. Sam sits on the previously mentioned desk that she just casually slid over and leans back against the monitor and starts to go on about how the lack of excitement in her life is exemplified in the face of a poor work-life balance. I obviously don't hear her because I stopped listening halfway through, getting lost wondering how she still works here. I think she picks up on my boredom as she drags me over to the other side of the monitor, where we begin a game of Minesweeper. She clearly has no idea what she's doing, and after several rounds of defeat, Sam clearly loses interest whatever change of pace I offer, telling me to leave because she suddenly remembers that she has really important secretary stuff to do. So as to not overstay my welcome, I oblige. I do take note of her growling at her screen as I leave, obviously annoyed at all the incredibly important work that is almost certainly secretarial in nature and not at all Minesweeper. Too, baby, we'll be banging someone who looks like our mom. I wonder where I should go. What do we stay in? I'm exhausted. I think I'll head home. I think it just changes the day. Yeah. The day was exhausting. Yes, sir. Oh, are we gonna get a dream? Okay, not yet. I'm expecting it. Okay, I've seen Dreamscape VNs. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think we should go to the good coffee. Let's talk to Lupe. Lupe? People that don't do coffee fucking irritate me with their holier than thou attitude and alternative energy sources as though it's somehow healthier to consume the same shit in different form. There's a reason why coffee shops sprawl across cities such as this, like cockroaches hiding in every nook and cranny. Coffee is a particularly essential essence of life, providing a much needed albeit temporary boost in energy to help you pretend that you're ready for the day and that 8 hours of sleep is more than enough to survive. To pretend otherwise makes you either ignorant or stupid. I mean that in the most offensive way possible because fuck those people. Reminds me of Jinxie. So to stick at all of those pretentious bastards, I set my sights upon the one pretentious coffee shop that's run by the epitome of mixed signals in both attitude and professional habits. The Hot Babe Lupe. On one hand, I can't actually tell if this barista likes me or not, but Lupe's horrible customer service skills are completely offset by her excellent coffee. And boy oh boy, I am so excited every time she makes a point of ignoring me because that just means it's going to be the best coffee ever again. I've long since convinced myself that this is the secret to its tastiness and not the possibility that she might be good at her job. I don't want to ruin this for myself. As the messages. Get out, we're closed. I think I might have a fetish. Yes, you do, man. You absolutely do. I think you're a liar. No, really, we're closed, so time to get out. I might have actually believed you on account of you ignoring me for longer than usual, but given that I saw you open your open sign and that you're in uniform, I'm inclined to disagree. There it is. Pleased with my irrefutable deductions, I dig into my pocket and grab a fistful of change in which I dump loose into her counter. Man, this guy loves bullying her and he loves getting bullied back. I don't know if it's enough to actually pay for the drink, but I'm sure that if it's short, I'll hear about it right away. It's a freaking kink. It's a freaking kink. Taking my place in my seat and I begin to prepare my phone to finally abuse this place's Wi-Fi for nefarious deeds that I somehow keep missing the opportunity to misuse. Today will be different and I will not allow anything to stand in my way to browse popcorn in public setting because a public establishment could not be bothered to block it. Besides, it's Lupe's fault for informing me of this important piece of information in the first place. Today is starting to shape up. What is he searching for other than popcorn? Here we go. Coffee. Yup. Here we are, baby. Comment down below. Will it be? I think it's awkward, but this is gonna be quite fucked up of me to say. A hot person could be a dude, could be a babe, could be a femboy. The barista comes in, sits beside you, and starts checking out your phone, your browsing or whatever. I can think of a couple of ways people would be offended by it, clearly. But would you be like okay with it if it was a hot baddie? Doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, or whatever, you know. Whatever. Just imagine your ideal wife, husband, whatever, and this happens. But yeah, either way, fucking really, dude. I'm pretty sure you gave me permission. I wouldn't forget important information like that. I agree. She did say that in episode 2 or 3, I think. No, I mean, what's up with the tags? Latina big tits, barista, cafe, DVA, DO. I didn't think you were gonna be a fucking creep about it. Okay, that last one was before you decided to join me. Also, it's not being a creep, it's being multicultural. You uncultured person. I don't discriminate against anyone. I figured watching something that matched the atmosphere would be a pleasant choice. You have to be so specific about it. I do. How else am I supposed to get immersed in the amazingly crafted cinematography of scripted intercourse? It's fucking corn, dude. It's not supposed to be immersive and artistic. Like you pick the first thing that piques your interest, jack off, then regret every life choice that led you to this point in post-cum clarity. Yeah. She described it like a person with a PhD in gooning. Me. You're being really specific about this. You're calling me specific. Yeah. Absolutely. It sounds like you're the expert masturbator, whereas I am the corn connoisseur. What the fuck is this conversation even? I don't know, Lupe, but it sounds interesting. A commentary of like-minded individuals discussing cultured cinematography of the degenerate variety. Look, quit calling it cinematography. It's just wow. It's definitely impressive. I didn't even know they made those in that size or shape. It's definitely a bad dragon design. I've also seen a bad dragon design. That one's pretty moderate in size compared to some of their other toys. Yup, they got large ones. Moderate? That fucking thing's as thick as my arm. I bet she takes at least half of it. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Wanna bet? Money is a pretty good motivator and copious amounts of lube helps immensely. Oh, yeah, I guess so. No way, that shit ain't... Holy shit, man, what the fuck, man? Oh my goodness. Just hanging out with the bros watching corn as if it was a normal day. See, totally in the realm of possibility. That's just... Wow, okay. I seem pretty okay with this. I don't get out much. Same. Oh no, ouch, no. How is it going deeper? How is she not in pain? Daine, this makes no sense. Why is she doing this? She's clearly a professional at her craft. That right there is skill, dedication, and the aforementioned copious amounts of lube in action. This is art, Lupe. Yeah, I guess so. Lupe? Huh? Yeah. Are you actually enjoying this? It's just so... I mean, she makes it look so easy. Like, how fucking often does she do this? Is there a trick to it? Is there like some exercise she does? Is this even real? This has got to be CGI or something. I don't know. I don't make a habit of shoving things the size of logs into my body. Probably a combination of all that, minus the CGI. Right. No, No, not there. She's not. Daine, tell me she's not putting in there now. I think I know this video. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, she's definitely putting it in there now. It's just, I'm gonna fucking lost for words right now. Just fucking hell, Lupe. You know what? Yeah, I shouldn't be bragging about gooning. That should not be fucking possible. I think the lesson we've learned today is that anything's possible when you put your mind to it and use the right amount of lube. I agree. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. Wow. I feel like I've learned something about my body today, and that scares me. Has this piece of cinematic artistry been inspirational or something? Absolutely not, but the fact that I could just is... she's mind blown, my man. So, what's Divado or DVADO? What the hell is that? What's a DVADO? DVADO. I know Ado the singer. J artist or whatever. Yeah, what is that? Of course, I could have just explained it to her, but I figured the only real way to learn about it is to indulge in it. Not in practice, because that would be 5 too many cocks near me for my liking, but through yet another piece of educational media. And what good is abusing security-free Wi-Fi if not to indulge in educating the ignorant? Another 10 minutes goes by with Lupe being absolutely flabbergasted by how flexible people's orifices can be when multiple reproductive organs are present and ready. Not gonna lie, it's definitely an impressive sight, so I can't really blame her. All the fun is cut short, however, when a customer decides to ruin the fun and requires service. All is well. I definitely learned something about Lupe today. Okay, it's more of an assumption, but I can't really help but to think it's an accurate one. Lupe needs to get out more. Rich coming from me? I was about to say coming from this guy. Okay, I know, but take it from someone that knows that world well. I decide I should probably get on with my day and start to make my way to the entrance, noticing on the way Lupe tapping away at her phone with a little more intensity than usual. 3, baby! We're getting on her good side. I completely forgot about the hints. Perlo, Ant's event. Streets underground. I guess we could go with Ant, the underground. I'm not sure what possesses me to come to the old neighborhood, but apparently the company within it makes it worth the effort. At least I don't have to climb down a pitch black tunnel since Anne is on guard duty outside. Luckily for her, it's my sworn duty to be a good distraction and entertain her from what I imagine is an incredibly boring job, which I appreciate pays well. Apparently I was right and this job sucks. She proceeds to tell me about the crippling boredom she's had to endure to be prepared for the eventuality of nothing happening. Her solution to today's boredom requires a great sacrifice of my precious time to actually earn the pay I'm making and take her place as the guard of the big hole in the ground. It came to no surprise to absolutely no one when I immediately turned down her personally offensive offer. We talk for a little while longer to beat back the boredom together before she gets a call from Nathan. She apologizes, explaining to me that she's being sent out on a mission and has to get ready to go right away. It's not really a problem since I was actually going to ditch her and leave her doomed in a position of boredom soon anyways. I watch as she more or less jumps straight into the hole and wonder if she's okay because that's a long drop straight down. Before I leave, I poke my head over the hole to see her sliding down the ladder at a ridiculous speed. That must have been some boredom. 5. I wonder where I should go. Or do we just keep talking with Anne? People are exhausting. Sometimes I just need to step back, take the mask off, and in charge, fall into old habits even. Anne is there with me to remind me that I'm still alive for whatever that's worth. So I just do as I've always done to the reassuring sound of my savior's voice. The streets? It's gonna be Hanako. At the peak of the waking hours, the city is in a state of constant motion. Vehicles are constantly coming and going, transporting goods and people to various destinations all throughout. Pedestrians going about their day, each a protagonist in their own lives with their own goals and objectives to achieve. Stores and restaurants welcome anyone and everyone to spend their hard-earned money on whatever it is they're selling. Even down to small local city animals going about their daily cycle, whatever it is that animals do with their days is in its own perpetual state of motion, scurrying here and there with little responsibility to anyone and anything outside of where their instincts direct them. Oh, this is our event. It's a vibrant and busy world I find myself in day after day. And yet it's all so fucking boring when all I'm doing is just walking around without any real goal of my own in mind. I know something or someone will eventually find me, but it's just that wait, you know. It's just so tedious. I might just settle and call some. I am so good at this. Oh hey Hanako, what's up? What's up? What's up? You were just kidnapped by someone less than half your size in broad daylight is what's up, my dude. I think you're a little more than half my size. No, if you account for mass as well, you're weirdly jacked for being a shut-in. But that's besides the point. It's like you wanted this to happen. Actually, I kind of did in a roundabout way. So, yeah. What's that even mean? Are you always looking to be kidnapped, or is this a situation that happened to align with my currently innocent yet totally malicious intent? Or is this some sick fetish that I am now accidentally helping you fulfill? Definitely not a fetish for now, and not necessarily the whole kidnapping thing in general, but the sort that can only be pulled off by a short blue-haired girl in broad daylight specifically. Did you orchestrate this entire meeting by doing your own reverse subterfuge and vile, dastardly planning to track my tracks while I track yours? Yes, that exactly that. I agree. Yeah. Oh, you're good at this. Is she being serious right now? I don't think so, man. Actually, not. I think she's 200% serious. An accurate assessment of my unquestionable skills in the shadowy arts of whatever it is we're doing right now. Excellent. I see that a master in the way is wise to not be too forward with his chosen path that he walks. I concede to have been bested this time. That's right. Bow before my and mastery of reverse subterfuge. Yeah, that aside, what's all this about anyway? It's not particularly heroic to attempt a kidnapping. Oh, this? Of course it's not. I'm just training right now. Like, duh, you know, practicing my daytime stealth and stuff. Part of that also entails getting into the mind of the bad guys. Deep psychological things and junk like that. Something to give me an edge against the criminal psyche. That makes sense. She's crazy. Wouldn't want you to just jump into vigilantism unprepared. That'd be bad for the public image or something. Haha, about that. You aren't actually out there bashing heads, are you? I am, and it's so dang exhilarating because I'm out there doing some real good on the streets of this crime-filled city while the popos sit back in their cozy cars, just driving around doing whatever cops do to look important, and also being bought off by the bad guys and stuff. I'm sure it's not that. While I'm out there actively alert and on the prowl and in the thick of things, hunting down and beating up the petty crooks for mugging innocent people and or peddling their ganjas and calling in anonymous tips after all the super awesome action is over while standing over their bloody. Okay, alright, wait. Yeah? What are you doing out there when you're doing the hero thing? Bro, details. The important thing is that bad guys are being caught and I'm the one doing it. I'm guessing that the conversation you were having with Anne the other day was a little more than just tossing around the possibility of doing vigilante work. No, I was more so gauging her reaction to it, which I saw was pretty bad. Heroing is a dangerous thing and she's just being concerned for my safety. Aw, I can understand the worry. Criminals aren't known for playing by the rules or being honorable in times of desperation or being caught in the act. Exactly. But I'd appreciate it if we can just keep it between us. I'd prefer if Anne didn't know that I'm doing the things she tried to convince me to not do, let alone find out that I've been doing it all along, you know. That's the case, then why tell me all of this? You don't really know me and you know I'm friends with Anne, I agree. Both of those reasons are huge red flags for secrets like this. It's because you're the first person that did not immediately tell me I was stupid for talking about doing this. Fair point. But I was thinking it though, you know. I took what you said that day to heart and really thought about it. I'm a small girl. Something like this is pretty dumb in hindsight. It is, woman, 100%. So I began to train myself in skills that can help. Worked in the shadows and bam! Surprise attack. Basically be invisible until I strike. I'm small, I figure I can at least do that. I found out my weakness and worked out a solution. And so I thought out a training plan to help me grow past those limitations and strive for greatness. Also, you seem like the kind of guy that won't rat out a cute small girl like me. Huh. You really thought this out. Dang right I did. Fuck you though, I definitely would rat you out. Oh, but I won't. It's not really my place and therefore it isn't my problem. I knew I made the right choice in trusting you. Yeah, let's just go with that. Yeah, I guess it's the right choice. I'm not sure if you should just drop your trust on someone you just met because they don't openly shit talk your idea. Wait, what do you mean openly? So how is this training going anyways? Ah, smooth, okay. Don't change the subject, mister. What do you mean openly? I mean, you got me because I wasn't paying any attention. You'd have to be pretty good to sneak up on people that are aware and full of adrenaline. No, Daine, tell me. Hanako spent the next half an hour trying to get me to speak what was on my mind, only to discover that I actually do have a filter, but only because she had explicitly expressed her ill-placed trust in me. I know I'm not worthy of that trust just because I encourage her actions, but for my own personal entertainment, but it, you know, yeah, that is what, I think that's what Daine absolutely freaking did. But it is what it is, and I now have this small woman's life on my hands just because I couldn't be bothered to say what was really on my mind. And by extension, she now has a dangerous path that she set out for herself. Or at least now she has someone to confide in while she pursues her misguided dreams. Both should bother me, but I can't help but to find the whole situation beneficial to me in a warped sort of way. I eventually leave her to her training regime with the lingering knowledge that I am trash for encouraging this, but I'm okay with this. 3, baby! Yeah, we could go with Jessica, the dive. The dive sure is a convenient place. It has all the needs I have for those nights when I don't feel like going home as the sun's daily ritual of hiding its brilliance from the city comes to completion. People I actually want to talk to and not a whole lot of others. Alright, so I apparently don't have very high standards, but that's what makes this place perfect. Well, as perfect as a dive bar can get, I suppose. And it seems as though it will not disappoint tonight. Jessica doesn't seem like the type of person that gets her kicks from drinking alone in a bar like this, yet there she is. The thing that sets her apart from the rest of the draws is that in this poorly lit and dingy bar is that she carries a smile on her face as she takes in whatever sad little sights this place has to offer with an almost bored look in her eyes. Maybe this place isn't too far off from her after all, or for her after all. Oopsie. Hey yo, Dano, come sit with me. Hell yeah. Oh my god, fuck this bitch. I'm drinking by myself tonight. No. Oh man, after I covered your tab when you ditched us the other night, too harsh, dude. Too harsh. I retained my innocence due to a lack of current agreement on all parties. So you like to take advantage of drunk women for your own self-gain? Cool, cool, good to know. I mean, that wasn't my intent, but I see where she's coming from. Alright, you got me. I'd rather not discredit myself any further than I apparently already have, so I guess I'll join you. It beats flipping a coin on whether or not I'll be verbally abused by the bartender anyways. Excellent. Just remember to stick around long enough to pay your tab this time. I've got my image to rebuild and protect, so I'll do exactly that. Probably. Yeah. No. Good enough for me. Hey, Miss Lupe, I need 4 more over here. Holy shit, dude, why are you always so loud? Because this is a bar and someone has to be. It's incredibly depressing here. That's actually... That's... You know what? You know what? She's got a point. Hey, are we finally kicking things up a notch? Shut up, John. Yes, ma'am. Do you always stir things up when you're here? Daine, I will stir things up wherever I go. Keeps life a little bit interesting, especially when a place is devoid of it. I bet you and John could tear this place up if you wanted to. I bet we could. I don't think Lupe would tolerate that though. She seems to like the peace and quiet around here. I wouldn't say it's quiet. When you have music blasting so loud, you need to raise your voice to talk. Quiet as in nothing exciting is happening. This place is as stale as week-old bread left out in the open. Still edible, but not something you'd want to eat every day except the people who don't care because it still suits the intended purpose. Don't talk shit about my bar. I wasn't. I was just drawing an apt comparison. Okay, sure, but it ain't fucking stale bread. It's more like a diamond in a loaf of stale bread. Whatever you say, honey. Don't fucking... Whatever, dude. How do you do that? She usually just gets mouthy with me and calls me names. Skills. Just gotta know what to say and how to say it. From what I've seen, you're the sort that just runs his mouth just to see what happens. You got me there, though it's more of a run my mouth and roll with the consequences thing. Same thing, different flavor. So, are you a regular here? I don't really see this place as being your kind of place to be, outside of stirring the pot because life. Sort of. My classes aren't exactly stimulating to me, so I don't really need to study. Unfortunately, my friends aren't as gifted, and so they spend most of their time studying. I find myself with a lot of free time on my hands and nothing to do. So fuck it, may as well go where the sad people are that probably need the help most go, and watch them, maybe hit up some parties afterwards. I basically do whatever to take the edge of the boredom. That sounds dull. You might think that, but I do manage to rile these depressing people up sometimes. It's pretty funny watching Lupe get all worked up where her sad little drunks are actually enjoying themselves. I'm sure there's more exciting things to do than watching the chronically depressed and irritating Lupe because you're bored. You're absolutely correct. That said, parties get dull, as you put it, after a while. Besides, this place can be pretty exciting. Wait, what? She told me she wasn't excited. Okay, you haven't been here when you aren't here. This place is completely devoid of soul. I can't really argue against that, but some interesting people do come through and make the place a little more interesting. You and Sam, for example, are basically beacons of light compared to these guys. But like flickering dim beacons of light, I'm pretty sure you guys have a reason for finding this place. You're here too, so what's the real reason you found it? I agree. A little hole in the ground dive bar in a relatively quiet alleyway mall seems interesting enough to check out. Right, so why keep coming back? I agree, she's bored and she keeps coming back. It can't just be for the endless entertainment you apparently get from here. There's a whole city out there. Who knows? What keeps you coming back? I literally just got here again. It beats going home and doing nothing in particular by myself. May as well do nothing in particular with company that I can tolerate. Fellow perpetual stimulation seeking connoisseur. Yeah, right on the money. I'm not in a constant state of boredom though, more so just testing the waters of living a fun and exciting life outside of a self-made prison by jumping right in. Cool. And how's that going for you? This entire game feels like therapy for Daine. Better than expected, though not nearly as exciting as I'd originally thought. Such is life. Hang out around me more and I bet I can liven it up for you. I don't know you well enough to trust if that's a good thing or not yet. Come on, where's that fun and excitement you were just talking about? I left it at the door. I wouldn't want to taint this sacred place with having the audacity to be happy. You sure didn't forget to bring it in the first place? I am sad boy. Trademark. I'd have you know that I'm plenty happy, thank you. Of course you are. My mistake. Hey, I've got a great idea. You know what makes a mildly alright time even better? Probably not being here. Exactly, but first, shots. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Alright, I'm down. Fabulous, I'll just go get those. Uh-oh. Coming to the dive is a roulette of 5 possible outcomes. Either one of the 4 people have somehow fell into varying levels of acquaintanceship with being here, resulting in whatever follows and an outlier of unknown happenstance. Tonight is one of the more familiar and more desired outcomes. I'm alright with this. Is he? Doesn't feel like it. Of course I'd be alright with whatever outcome decided to throw itself at my feet, as I'd pick it up and dance with the wave anyways. After all, why go home early when I can extend my waking hours by actually doing something with my time? Swapping distractions with more desirable distractions. That's all this is. But they're distractions I'd prefer to be doing. Where's Jessica? She ordered these saying that you're covering the tab tonight just before she left. Well played. That bitch. I figured she's probably more trustworthy than you, so I let it slide. Right, this is definitely my plan all along after all. Sure. By the way, you're paying your bill right now before you get any funny ideas. I'd like to know where she got the horrible image of the worth of my character from, but I know that I'm at fault and why. I grabbed the receipt from Lupe to see what kind of monetary damage Jessica left me. Well, seeing as how I don't have that kind of cash on me, I reluctantly pass Lupe my credit card. I look down at the gifts Jessica left for me and wonder how I got to this point. This was supposed to be a super fun night hanging out with Jessica, once I found out she was here, and now I'm just an expensive one-man party. Oh well, this was deserved. I take a shot and reflect on past mistakes that I probably won't learn from. Jessica is definitely an eye for an eye type of person. I should probably watch my step more carefully around her. I'm not certain what this means going forward, but I know one thing for sure. These drinks taste horrible when I pay for them myself. 2, baby! How is he raising these ladies, man? Wander around a bit? Yeah, where should we go next? An event. I'm thinking the gym. I find myself in the old industrial district once again. Only this time it's on purpose. Surprisingly enough, it's also to go hit up a certain gym located in a sea of trash. But if you think it's because I finally caved and decided to work on them gains, you're terribly mistaken. For you see, despite my claims made to certain redhead, I am for sure here only to further objectify her while she repeatedly beats on a punching bag. Only this time it will just be in my head though. I will not be trapped in a corner like last time. Have at you, Anne. So, are we ready to throw hands against a 45-kilogram bag? Alas, I thought we already established that I'm far too lazy for that, Anne. And I thought we already established that you're also gonna stop morally objectifying me, yet you've spent the last 10 minutes staring at me. So naturally I would assume that if you go back out on your word that easily, this would be a cakewalk. You are severely underestimating my will to not do the thing you're trying to make me do. Persistence will be the end of your so-called will, my friend. Is this what you meant when you said you were persuasive? I am a woman of varied skills. My persuasiveness is one of those skills, which also happens to be a very technical skill with several branching applications and uses. That's all very impressive and stuff, but I didn't come here to be persuaded into doing the one thing I promised myself I wouldn't do. Not that she doesn't make it tempting in ways I can't explain. Ah, yes. My name is Daine and I'm here to watch a cute redhead beat up an inanimate object and talk about watermelons and thighs or something. Am I right? Yup, right on the money. I want to say something about this being slander, but you're pretty much right on the dot there. What about throwing hands with a cute redhead? The cute redhead would probably destroy any level of masculinity I have. Aw man, fragile much? Were you always this aggressive? Nah, just wound up from training. You'll get used to it. She's lucky that's probably true because I finally have a reason to actually go to the gym now. Only not for all of the conventional reasons. Cute redheads and watermelons and thighs or something. Oh, I didn't tour you through the gym the first time. I thought there wasn't much to look at. There isn't, but I'm hoping the more of it you see, the more you'll need to get some gains. Stop that, it's doing things to my head. Nope, you're in my domain. Real hot, babe. She's a hot fighter. The things I'm apparently willing to put up with in order to hang out with someone. This is where I'm gonna sculpt your body into pure muscle. In a situation that's not going to happen. I've already planned out your routine and everything. I don't need a routine to come chat with you. Oh, you're not gonna have the time to talk, my friend. You're gonna be too busy doing intensive sets here. This brings back painful memories of aches and exhaustion. Here's the thing though, the more I come here, the more convincing she gets. I have no doubts that I may very likely find myself on that bench, pushing myself to my limits in the future. I'm going to have to find a different gym and a different girl to admire if this keeps up. I wonder how long I could keep it up before I get banned. I never wanted to be this close to one of these ever again. Well, that sucks because this is where I'll be having you running until you puke. That's not something you should be trying to make anyone do. You got me. I exaggerated just a bit. I'm gonna run you until your legs are wet noodles. A physical impossibility, but I get what you're saying. Too bad this is as close as to a treadmill that I'm getting. We'll see about that. Oh, okay. And this wonderful ring is where you're gonna touch up on those self-defense skills until you're back up to power enough to touch gloves with me. He's not liking this one bit. Are you working with Bishop on this routine of yours? Is that your trainer? Was? Then yes, indirectly. Can't directly work with someone if I don't know them, but I'm sure Nathan can help with that. I don't know why I talk sometimes. Talking is good, you're just not very good at it. That's the boost in confidence I was looking for, thanks. Anytime. That said, I will get you to crack one day. Given the ridiculous surge of interest I get for whatever reason when she's pushing this on me, that I outwardly refuse to admit that I have. There's no doubt about this. Though I can't really tell if it's actually because I want to start training again or if it's just because I genuinely enjoy spending time with Anne. Either way, I'm not going to give her the satisfaction today. You know that's cool and everything, but aren't we a little bit past this by now? Absolutely not. There is never a time that will be past improving your health. That's another truth of life right there. You literally never pushed this on me anywhere but here. Because it's a gym, my man. Yeah, but clearly you're in a gym where people come to work out, so naturally I'd be a little pushy about getting you to join. A little pushy? So what you're saying is that I need to stop coming here altogether. Wait, no. Gotcha. I hear what you're saying. Speaking of not coming here, do you like music? Thank fuck. I typically don't go out of my way to listen to it, but it makes good background noise. So you haven't been to any live shows? Nope. I've heard park performances in passing and the occasional busker here and there, but it's typically not something I actively seek out. Well, we're gonna trade numbers. You need to go out more. I'm out and about every day. As of not too long ago. Okay, what are you usually doing? Walking around hoping you run into someone? You say that as if I haven't already figured out everyone's daily routines. Okay, first, that's creepy. Second, that's boring. Say what you will about my incredibly exciting lifestyle, it's a drastic change from my norm. I agree. Is it satisfying in any meaningful way? Yeah. Nope. Wow, okay, cool. I guess I'm not satisfied in my life and need more excitement. See, even you admit it. You know what? Fine. I pass my phone to Anne so she can give me her number, then after she adds herself to my contacts, she sends a text to herself to get mine. She panics a bit when she sees the time, however, realizing that I've managed to distract her longer than she had intended to happen, apologizing and rushing to the change rooms to get ready for the day. Suck on that, Anne. As what has now become tradition, I make my mysterious escape while she's in the change rooms preparing for her own cycle. I have no idea the places she wants to drag me to, but I can't help but assume that they're going to be music related. Not that I mind, as I said before, makes for good background noise. I'm just not sure about the inevitable crowds that accompany them. Oh well, just another thing to roll with, I guess. Outside the gym, I check my phone and see the message she wrote herself. Hi Anne, you're so fucking cool and pretty and awesome. So I follow up, haha JK, gotta assert my dominance any way I can. Oh yeah, faction to 7. Where should I go? The streets? I don't want to talk to Hanako, man. The underground? We can talk to Madison. We can talk to Madison. Get all the data in stonks. I managed to catch Madison while she was busy with whatever secretaries of secret underground organizations do with their days. That's okay though, I know that she will put it aside to talk with me for a bit, so I'll just go ahead and abuse her kindness for a while. I take my self-designated spot at her desk right across from her and stare at her for a span of time that made me uncomfortable because I was kneeling and that's a lot of work. Until she eventually acknowledges me apologizing for ignoring me while she finishes. Because I can't bring myself to do anything else, I humbly accept her apology. She pushes her keyboard aside and finally gives me her undivided attention with idle conversation. It's about time, it's a pain in the ass to get out here, and I wasn't about to leave without some form of validation. And the kindness of this pure soul, it's worth every torturous step of the journey. We continue on like this for a little while before Daddy Dearest comes out and puts an end to me distracting his pet secretary. Apparently I showed up at a bad time and a lot of important reports I forgot about were due in a few hours. Madison was diligently working away at them before I decided to show up. Yeah, that's on me, man, but hey, I'm bored. I decided it's probably a good idea to let her continue with her work so that she doesn't get in trouble because of me and leave her to do her thing. I make my way to the land of fresh air knowing that it won't be the last time I become the distraction she so desperately needs. 3, baby. We gotta go to that park, I think. I wonder where I should go. Jessica greets me with unenthusiastic enthusiasm as I'm coming down the stairs of the dive, calling me over to sit with her. Seeing as how I had no real plans past coming here, I decided it's an acceptable agreement. After swinging by the bar to grab a drink, saving Lupe the stress of having Jessica holler for her, I take a seat with my source of entertainment for the night. The night goes about as expected, with her loudly including the other patrons of the bar in our conversation, including the ones on the far end of it, while Lupe remains mostly quiet throughout. It's probably for the best because there's no winning this one. Of course, after I get a few more in me, she somehow has me included in the mix. Not that I'm particularly complaining, it's just not an act that I would normally find myself indulging in. Tonight I am though, and actively finding myself enjoying it as well. Tonight I am sociable. Is the Bay Harbor socializer, even if it is at the cost of the bartender's frustrations. 3, baby. Slowly getting there. We're getting all these affections. Okay, everyone, that would be for this episode. I think we interacted with a lot of new people, a lot of new interactions and whatnot. I will cut some of the parts that I think I've already done. Like I interacted with Lupe and it was just the same stuff. So of course, just to ease in the progression. But yeah, subscribe, like, comment down below. I'll be seeing you in the next episode of Detached. Good luck on whatever you're doing, everyone. Bye! Bye!